Dudes? Where are we? This road's not even on the map.
Just trust me, fellas. I saw it on the way up here.
Listen, y'all, I don't want to get too turned around out here. Heard a spaceship landed in these parts last year.
Veux-tu bien me dire pourquoi je l'ai suivi? I could be home by now, eating a delicious poutine.
Relax. It should be just over this next ridge.
Seriously, I left a warm beaver tail back at the lodge on the promise of...
And voila, boys.
Whoa!
Whoa!
From the wilds of the Lakeridge Heights in the Great White North comes the Snow Course, a track made solely of ice and snow so treacherous that only the bravest racers would dare attempt it. This is part 2 of the Jeep Jamboree, and 905 is back as your host. Today, groups 1 and 2 attempt to keep their wheels down and their faces out of the snow. But first, here's how the snow course works. We run 4 at a time behind a moto-style start gate, shifting positions each race. Drivers earn a point for each gate passed. Finish first, get a bonus point. After 4 laps, the driver with the most points moves on to the semis. In the case of a tie, we run the 2 tied trucks in the 2 middle gates. We'll alternate positions, and the most points after 2 laps takes the win. The finals will be an 8-lap head-to-head. The Jeeps have already been randomly assigned into 8 groups, and those groups have been randomly assigned a running order. You're already familiar with these ultimate off-road machines, so let's get right into group number 1. Our Best in Show winner, Blank, leads off group number 1, consisting of Lone Star, Doc, and the one and only Bay City Daryl. We're just going to jump right into this. So it's up to the top of the hill for Heat 1, Lap 1. We've added a ticker up at the top so we can keep track of scores from lap to lap. Also, we've labeled the driver so that you guys know who is in what lane. So let's go. Lap 1 starts now. Doc is incredibly quick off the gate. Bay City Daryl gets into the wall, as well as Lone Star. Doc runs away with it, and Blank gets blanked just before the finish. That was actually pretty cool to watch. We've also got a new camera angle this year. We've got a finish line cam that'll catch all the action as these Jeeps come screaming at you. After lap 1, the points are up. Doc takes a quick lead, but Blank is not far behind. In lap 2, Doc is on pole, Lone Star's in 2, Bay City Daryl's in 3, and Blank starts in lane 4. Looks like Lone Star is going to run away with this and Blank is out, but Daryl comes screaming around Lone Star, and Lone Star tries to block Doc, but Doc finds his way around and then blocks Blank. That was a good lap. This angle shows just how far Lone Star slid. Look at that! Blank gets popped up. Pop, pop. Daryl takes the lap, but everybody else has good scores as well. Nobody's running away with this thing just yet. Run number 3 is going to see Lone Star on 1, Bay City Daryl in 2, Blank in 3, and Doc in 4. The gate drops and Blank immediately throws a check on Doc. Lone Star and Daryl are wheel to wheel, and look at Blank pull that skid halfway down the course. Lone Star just basically edges out Daryl for the win. From Blank's check, you can see Doc struggle to maintain control. And look at Lone Star, just over the line before Daryl. Lone Star gets the extra point, but Daryl's right behind. The points in this series are going to be super tight, so that's why we continue with the ticker up at the top of the screen. You can see Bay City Daryl's on 12, as well as Lone Star, but Doc is in the lead. This is a scrappy lap, and this goes to show why every point matters. Because if you don't get enough points, and the points are really close, as they are, you're not going to make it through to the next round. Nobody makes it across the line in this lap, but it just goes to show you how difficult this course actually is. So we got some low scores on this lap, but add them all together and every point matters. So, final scores are up. Doc wins with 16. Everybody else is rolling home. And now it's on to group number 2. Leading the way in this group, we've got Numbskull. Right behind him, we got Holland Sung. And in the Jeep MB Dragster, there's Marcus Faragon. And the second Underdogs Unleashed, Blaze. Keep your eyes on the ticker as we add those scores up from lap to lap. Starting in lane 1 is Numbskull, followed by Faragon in 2, Blaze in 3, and Holland Sung in 4. Let's go, boys! The lap starts clean but gets woolly after that. Marcus jumps out to a quick lead, but then stuffs it into the wall. Numbskull has the clear shot at the finish, but then rolls it right before the finish line. You can see Blaze and Holland Sung collect up at the top, and then pop! Marcus Faragon goes up, and then Numbskull goes over. And then everybody grinds to a halt. So the scores for this lap, they're a bit lower than normal, but Numbskull's in the quick lead, Holland Sung trailing behind. The boys are lined back up for lap 2. We've got Marcus Faragon in lane 1, Blaze in 2, Holland Sung in 3, and Numbskull in 4. The gate drops and it looks clean, but then it's pick on Numbskull day because Holland Sung and Marcus Faragon both take him out, leaving Blaze a perfect run to the bottom of the course to pick up maximum points. I think Holland Sung at the gate said something to Numbskull, or Numbskull said something to Holland Sung, because immediately Holland Sung chases right into him. Blaze picks the perfect line, comes right down, and poses for the camera. After that lap, Blaze jumps out to a very good lead with 6 points. Everybody else languishing behind. So here we go for lap number 3. We got Blaze in 1, Holland Sung in 2, Numbskull in 3, and Marcus Faragon in 4. The gate falls and it looks like Holland Sung's going to run away with it, but he finds the wall somehow. Blaze, on the other hand, finds the other side of the wall, and then where does Numbskull come from? I thought he was done and gone. He was rolled over, but he finds a way. Out of the gate, you can see that Holland Sung's got a beeline right for the middle of the course wall, but look at Numbskull. He's done and over, but finds a way to get back on his wheels, and then drives around Holland Sung, but unfortunately pulls up just short of the finish line. The scores are tight again for this lap, aside from Marcus Faragon, who only picks up the 1. So it's back up to the top for the next lap. We got Holland Sung in 1, Numbskull in 2, Faragon in 3, and Blaze in 4. The gate drops and Blaze is over and out before gate 1. Numbskull shoots the curl between Marcus Faragon and Holland Sung and manages to come up clutch as he rolls across the line for maximum points. This could be a difference maker in the overall score. From this angle, you can see that Blaze gets over and flops right before, and how Numbskull just absolutely almost comes across on all 4 wheels, but as long as you find a way, you pick up max points. So this lap, Numbskull collects 6, everybody else languishes behind. The final scores are up, and oh, it was close, but Numbskull with 16 points beats out the competition. He is moving forward. Well, groups 1 and 2 are in the books, and as you can see, Doc and Numbskull are on to the second round. That's it from episode number 1 of the Jeep Jamboree in the Snow. Thank you for watching, and a special thank you to Underdogs Unleashed, Doc, Lone Star, and Bay City Darryl for their contributions at the beginning of this video. I've been your host, Agent 905, and for the love of diecast, keep racing.
What is it, number 37?
Sir, I'm calling to let you know there's unauthorized users on the snow course. What do you want me to do?
Do nothing. This is good. Let them get this all taken care of before we let the 4 bangers back on Earth.
Okay, sir, shall I keep an eye on them?
Yes. Yeah, see who wins and who can be useful.
Affirmative. I'll report back when I have more.
The humans will never see us coming.